Crystal Edge Technology screens, and yes, we just posted the challenge. So, as I said before, one of the things I don't like when these demonstrations, when people call themselves having products that are supposed to work at the end of the day and they don't work, is one of the things they like to do is they like to keep their demonstrations dark. They like to depend on high-end, high-powered projectors to make their screens look good. So, if your product works as you say it does, and it can produce without needing the crutch of a P2 projector, you wouldn't mind doing a swap for 1 year. My projector is already set up. That is right there is my ViewSonic projector, 600 by 800 res 720p SVGA, right there. My ViewSonic, which I've had up there already, I say 3 months already in. And this is my Black Widow Technology acoustic screen at 127 inches. It's 2027, 127 inch, 1610. And as you can see, it sits in a bay of windows. Our screens don't sit in the dark over here. So, as I said before, when it comes to these gray screen paint products, or people who can't back up their products at the end of the day, they have to depend on high-end projectors in order to make their screens look good. And I explained to you at the end of the day that, look, you're not going to be able to get the same image that he's producing in the demonstration due to the fact that you're going to have the same projector or higher. So if they don't need these projectors at the end of the day and they can pretty much do what we're doing over here with no problem whatsoever, they wouldn't have any problem with doing a 1 year swap out on switching to a 720p projector and doing all demonstrations in a fully lit environment, which means under the rules we posted below, anytime you do a contrast demonstration, it must be done in a fully lit environment with a meter to show exactly how much light you have in the environment. You're kind of lucky that I'm not doing this demonstration in a meter max out zone, because I was doing it down there, you wouldn't have a prayer down there, but I'm trying to give you a chance. So, as I said before, you have to be careful when you watch these demonstrations, because these people have to rely on these high-end projectors in order to make their screens look good. So today we strip that away from you. Now, if they refuse to do the demonstration, well, it just clearly shows at the end of the day that it is what it is. They have to depend on them high-end projectors because that's the only way the screen's going to look decent. They have to be in the dark, and that's where you're going to be at the end of the day. Spending more money for an expensive projector and sitting in the dark because the screens can't pull up. Now, your screen has to be 13 feet back. Mine sits 18 feet. My screen takes in 10 times more light. My screen's bigger than your screen at 127 inch 1610, and it sits in a bay of windows. And I can pull outer space with no problem. So if your gray screen paint product is, as you say, the future, and it does what it's supposed to do, you should be able to do this with no problem whatsoever. Which I doubt you can. As I said before, I used to make your product many, many years back. So I know the potential that it has. And I know at the end of the day that you have to depend on that projector because that's the only way you're going to be able to present a decent picture. So will he take the challenge or will he bail? I'm guessing he's going to bail. Because do you have any idea what a gray screen is going to look like when the sun comes up or in the evening hours, and he's going to have to do a demonstration. Any demonstration he does is going to have to be done in a full environment. He can't depend on a 2 million to 1 contrast ratio, no calibrated projectors, no dark environments, all that stripped away. I don't think he's going to do it. But we'll do it. It doesn't make a difference for us because mine's already set up and good to go. Mine's been at that for quite some time. I already downgraded my projector way before the challenge came out. I used to have a 5,000 lumen Chrissy sitting over there, 1920 by 1200 WXGA. Now I have a 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector. Well, let's see if he gets rid of the P2, or basically he has to depend on that. Like I said, if he doesn't do the challenge, it tells you at the end of the day, you're going to end up spending more money when you're dealing with a screen paint product. Because even the people who make it themselves know at the end of the day that their screen can't do what it's supposed to do because it's going to wash out. And there's no way in the world you're going to be able to get the same picture quality sitting up in here for another demonstration. I told you, we change rooms all the time. We're never in the same room. So we're up here, down here playing around now. But as I said before, if you're using a $3,000 projector in the demonstration, that's the only way you're going to get the same image. If he sits there and tells you at the end of the day, no, with a 720p projector, you can do the same thing as mine with calibrating, that's bull crap, and that's definitely a lie at the end of the day. So, does he need to rely on this projector? Yes or no? 1 year. 1 year. You see those rules at the bottom? Check them out. That's what you're going to have to follow. Oh, well. Hope you pass. Until then, I got to go. I told you I was going to give you the challenge. Tomorrow, we're going to give you a challenge of a 180-inch screen outside. You asked for it. You should have mind your own business at the end of the day. 180-inch screen. If you're going to mock my screens outside, then guess what? You need to have a 180-inch of your product outside. Not on a 100-inch screen inside your house. If you're going to mock my screen at 180, then guess what? Be outside with 180. Okay. Okay, I got to get set up. I got things to do in here. So as you can see, we're getting set up with the wallpaper, rear projection, some other stuff in here we're working on right now. I'll be back on to show this off. All right. Let's see if he does. If he has to depend on that projector, or can he swap it out for that 720p Epson and drop that thing way back in the window? Oh, by the way, in those rules, that bookcase got to go. So you got to remove all that stuff out of the way. You can't have anything blocking the windows. Nothing. You got to have light pushing through. So you got to open all that up. But the rules are down there at the bottom. So y'all check it out. I got to go, and God bless.